Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my experience with birth control and why I switched from the pills to the IUD. Now, everybody's different, but when I got on the pill, I had a lot of bad side effects. For example, I was very moody, I didn't even have any sex drive anymore, and aside from that, I gained 20 pounds. Now, I'm already chubby, so 20 pounds did not look good on me, okay? It did not look good. So as soon as I started gaining weight, I got off the pill. It took me a little bit to lose the weight, and even now, I'm still working on losing that extra weight. So for people who it's easier for you to gain weight, I wouldn't suggest getting on the birth control pill because it is likely to make you gain weight. Now, I do know women who have not gained weight from it, but at least my personal experience, it made me gain a lot of weight and it was just not worth it. It didn't even clear my skin like some people had told me it would. But most of all, I just got really depressed on the pill. Like I didn't want to do anything. I always felt, down for no reason or angry. It just made me have these mood swings that I was not, having. So I ditched the pill and then I got my first IUD. So I had two different experiences with IUDs, and it's kind of why I decided to do the video. So I had two different experiences when I went to go get an IUD. The first time I went to get the Kylina, which is the 5-year one that has hormones, which at the time I kind of ignored because they said they were, less than the pill, which they were. I did not gain weight. Now the problem that happened was not the IUD itself, but the care facility that I got it in. So the first time that I got the IUD, I went to go get it, and in case you didn't know, they don't put you to sleep or numb you. So the experience itself feels kind of like a really bad cramp, but the cramp that kind of makes you lightheaded, wanting to throw up kind of cramp. And they kind of just shove it in there and you get a really bad cramp. And the first time that I got it, I had to go back a month later to check if it was still there. And when I did go a month later, my IUD was displaced, which means that it wasn't in the spot that it was supposed to be in. So it was kind of in the middle of my cervix instead of the top. So the doctor asked me if I wanted her to try to push it back in. So she said it in a way that I thought, oh, this is normal. Sure, shove it back up there. Let me tell you, the pain that caused me, I said I would never do it again. I said, I don't need an IUD, whatever. If I get pregnant, I get pregnant, right? No, not right. You don't need to get pregnant right now. You don't. If you're my age, go to school, finish your education, right? So I was really traumatized for about, I want to say like 4 months. I didn't go back. I was without birth control, but I didn't have a partner, so it didn't matter. And then I just went back about 2 weeks ago. I switched doctors because something about that experience seemed off to me. I didn't think that it was, what was supposed to happen. Now at my new doctor, I decided to get the Paragard, which is the copper IUD. This one lasts for 10 years and it has absolutely no hormones, right? So as soon as she said no hormones, I was sold. I said, I'm getting this, right? This time around, she sent me to get 2 pills to relax my cervix. So already I'm like, oh man, my other doctor didn't give me these pills. So I'm already feeling like more comfortable with this doctor. And I go into the appointment and there's an ultrasound guy. And the last time that I got the IUD, there was no ultrasound. The lady just kind of did it, and said that looks right or that feels right, I guess, I don't know. So this time when they're placing the IUD, there's a guy with an ultrasound checking that it's in the right spot. So once I saw that, I kind of, relaxed a little bit, and it did not hurt nearly as much as the first time without the pills to relax your cervix. So it did still hurt. You feel a really, really sharp cramp, but it kind of just feels like being on your period. So you kind of tough it out, and it's really, really quick. I want to say no more than 10 minutes to put it in, probably even like 6 roughly. And then you feel a little nauseous after, just because the cramp is really bad and you want to have somebody drive you back home. But so far I had cramps for a couple of days, but nothing crazy. They sent me ibuprofen, so they kept me, they took care of me very well, and I'm so thankful for them. So in my opinion, if you're planning on getting an IUD, which I recommend more than all of the other birth controls, I know that there's rumors about the IUD breaking inside of you and all of this other scary stuff and it puncturing your IUD, puncturing your uterus. So if I had to choose which birth control to get, obviously, I would get the Paragard IUD. And more importantly than that, I would do research on your gynecologist and just don't trust everybody. The medical field is sketchy sometimes, but I think the pill didn't work out for me, and I know a lot of women go through the same symptoms of the mood swings and the lack of sex drive, which is a really big thing. Like, you get on birth control and you think, oh, like, I'm safe, we can have more sex, and then suddenly you don't want to have sex anymore, and then it could be kind of hard on a relationship sometimes, because even though we want to say that sex isn't a big part, it really is. So I would recommend the IUD 100%. That's just my personal experience, of course, but it really turned out well for me so far. Another thing that I want to address is safe sex. Now, I know you've heard it in high school and all that stuff, but STDs are at an all-time high, and if we're really being realistic, guys are gross. They're gross. They don't care, and you might think that this guy is being loyal to you, and he might be right now. But God forbid, one time he cheats and he doesn't wear protection, and then he comes back and gives you something. You have to take care of yourself, because at the end of the day, it's you, it's your body, God forbid he gives you something that you cannot get rid of. So aside from having the IUD, yes, it's fun. You don't get pregnant, fire, but just be safe. You never know what could happen, so take care of yourself. And there's a lot of STDs out there that don't show symptoms in guys, so they don't even know that they're giving it to you. They don't even know that they got it from somebody else. You get me? So take care of yourself, worry about you, go to the gynecologist, get checked, make it normal to get STD tests. Make sure that you're not afraid to tell the guy, the new guy that just pulled up, like, go get tested. Like, you can say that. You can say, listen, you need to get tested or this is not happening. And that's it. You do that. Lastly, I wanted to share a product that has done me so right that I need to put it in this video because it helped me a lot. So I used to struggle with a lot of yeast infections because I have really big thighs and I live in a place that's really hot, so it's hard to, keep it airy down there and shit. So I used to use this soap, Summer's Eve, which is very known. A lot of people use it, and I thought it was doing me good, but I guess not, because I was in Target and then I came across this one from the Honey Pot company, and the reason that I bought it is because on the bottle it says made by humans with vaginas for humans with vaginas, because it takes one to know one. And as soon as I read that, I said it's in the cart, right? So I take it home and I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if it's even good. And ever since I started using that soap, I haven't had anything, like any infections, nothing. Like, it did me right, and it's really natural and plant-based, so I am rooting for it. It has done me right. Like, you really need to try it, especially if you're on the thicker side, because I know it's harder for us, and you have to be really on top of shit, because if not, then you get stuff. So that's it for today's video. If you have any questions that I didn't go over, because sometimes I forget, you can comment, or you can even go to like my IG and send me a little DM, and I'm more than willing to answer your questions from the best of my knowledge. So thanks for watching my video, and please subscribe and like it, and tell me what other videos you want me to do. I've done a lot of self-care videos, but that's just because that's really what I'm focused on right now, taking care of me. And I'm thinking about doing some gaming videos soon, so let me know what games you want me to do. I've been avoiding doing the scary games because everything scares me, but apparently that's something that you guys want to see, so we'll see. Thanks for watching.